we have some exciting news. Next week, today is Friday, so probably Wednesday or Thursday next week, the USDA is going to come out and inspect our garden beds everywhere that we're going to be planting all of our vegetation and our flowers and all that great stuff. And what's going to happen after he inspects it and does the soil test and everything else, we will be able to obtain our nursery registration license. And what that means is everything that we plant this year and every year forward, we can sell to the general public at the farmers markets. You guys can come out to the farm and pick what you want. And it's another step to a dream coming true. This is behind me. This is where we shoot our guns right now. So those are our kids' targets. But everything that you see that is not mounds of stuff or the cows' grass, dirt fields. Right now it's sand. So all of this, it's probably, I want to say it's 200 foot by 300 foot. It might be a little bigger, but that's what I'm going to go with. So that's our main bed. We have 4 other beds. We have our bean and pepper bed, which the chickens are working right now. It's wintertime, and in the wintertime, they don't generally lay eggs. I mean, they do sometimes, but not often. So we put them to work, and they work the land for us. So right now, they are working the green bean and pepper bed. So that will also get inspected. And then the pigs are working our tomato garden. Our tomato garden was a super hot mess before the pigs got a hold of it. So yeah, here they are, working the land. Say hi, guys. These are my sweet babies. So yeah, they are getting that done, and then they've tilled up a whole bunch of stuff that we have to go in there and we have to pick out, which is pretty easy and simple since they got it all dug out for us. And we'll go and scrape that out. They are rooting it all up and tossing all their manure in there and all the stuff that we leave in there. So they're fertilizing, tilling, and cleaning. So they're working really hard every single day to get those tomato beds ready. So always think a pig. Or around here, always think a pig. I don't think most farmers do that. And then we have a few more garden beds. The one I'm about to bring you to last year did a lot of work for us. It was our first bed that I did not pick all the weeds. Wink on those weeds. I picked all the weeds, but I did not pick all the vegetation that were plants. A few years ago, we planted over 1.5 acres, and I went out there, and I was probably 5 years ago. It was my first garden bed, and there was, perfectly long rows, and it was tilled up, and it was fertilized with cow manure. It was amazing. And a few weeks later, I went out there and I picked all the weeds. And then a few weeks later, I picked all the weeds. And then a few weeks later, I picked all the weeds. And I looked at my father-in-law and I was like, I don't see anything coming up. So he came out and inspected, and he said, Tiffany, dear, you have picked your weeds and your plants. So luckily we are in eastern North Carolina, where we have a very long growing season, and I was able to replant and harvest some things that year, but not very many. So after that, I just did small bed, small bed, small bed. And so this year we're actually going to have the most we've ever had. We're going to have our big bed, which I just showed you. We're going to have our pepper and onion, our pepper and bean bed, which is where the chickens are right now. Our big, humongous tomato garden. And then this right behind me, it goes all the way back this way, all the way back there. that is going to be for most of the everyday things. So like your cucumbers, your cucamelons. We're going to start something called a Kajari melon this year, which we're all really excited about. Just from Roots and Refuge is a person on YouTube that my kids watch all the time. And my son is really excited about cucamelons and Kajari melons. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of those out here. Sorry, I cannot kick this cough. So yeah. Welcome to my madness. You guys say a little prayer for us so that we can pass all these inspections next week. It's pretty much a perimeter and a soil test. And then, sorry, it's pretty much soil, perimeter, and everything that we're going to be using to plant. So our organic potting soil, and all of our little plastic containers that we're going to bring out and sell all of our plants in. All that gets inspected. The greenhouse gets inspected. And I think that's it. It's pretty low maintenance. So yeah, if we were going like commercial size, then I'm sure it's a bigger step. But this is just for local, for us, so that we can have lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I promise you, I'm going to get better at these videos. I'm not really the person that talks to people. I'm kind of a homebody, I guess is what you would call it. So yeah, I'm trying to get used to talking to the camera and saying hi to everybody. And I actually wish that some of you guys could be here, because it would probably be more fun than just talking to a camera. But I'm getting used to it. And you guys will see more of our crazy crew as the springtime starts coming in, and they get out in the garden and they start doing all their little things that they do. They kind of do all the things. We have 2 kids who render lard, and then we have those kids render lard. They filter ashes, and they end up making soap in the kitchen. So they're pretty entrepreneur-ish, and they want to make some videos for you guys on that. Yeah, and we have all of our kids want to do something to make some kind of money off of our farm. So we're letting them, and you guys will all come and be on that adventure with us. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm sorry I'm not much of a chatter or holding the camera right or anything like that. If you guys can leave some comments below, let me know if there's anything that you can think of that you want to learn about, that you want to know about. I am going to do, after our inspections, I'm going to do videos on how to test your soil, how to get small backyard gardens going, what to plant, where to order it from, all that good stuff. So those videos are coming. I know there's a lot of people in our community that really want to know, Tiffany, how do you do soap? Tiffany, how do you do all the things? So I have a list of everything that everybody has ever asked me. And I figured if I started now, then everybody knows, hey, we need to go ahead and start ordering our seeds. Or hey, we need to go ahead and start putting our plants in the windowsill so that they can start becoming baby plants, and then we can transplant them. All those videos are coming up because I know there's so many people out there. There's so many of you guys who I love and adore who want to know all the things. So I'm going to tell you all the things that I know and that I've learned, and then maybe you guys can do it on your own and ask me all the questions that you need, and then later on you can then turn around and teach somebody else. And that's kind of how this ag thing works, is I learn from people who know, and then I teach people who don't know, and then it goes on and on and on. Kind of the way the world works. You guys have an awesome day, and until next time, be blessed.